Anansi's Fishing Expedition, presented by Emmett,
Noah,
who is Anansi, narrator 1 and 2,
Miles,
and Onini.
Tegan.
Anansi was a trickster. Oh, he was a fine boy, but he was a trickster. Someone you had to watch out for, or he would trick you into doing something you didn't want to do. He was a very clever boy indeed. Well, one day, Anansi decided that he would like to have some fish. If he had lots of fish, he thought he could sell them in the marketplace and have some to eat for himself. But catching the fish would take lots of work. He would have to build traps and set them and check them every day. That will be a lot of work.
I know I will get myself a partner.
So Anansi hurried into the village and to ask everyone if they would be his partner. Of course, everyone knew about Anansi the trickster, so of course everyone turned him down. Nobody wanted to go in business with Anansi because they were sure that they would come out the loser. They knew that they would be cheated by Anansi the trickster. After many people had turned him down, Anansi decided to do something different.
What I need is a fool to be my partner.
Well, it just so happened that Onini was in the marketplace. He heard Anansi's declaration and walked over to him.
I have heard that you're looking for a partner to go fishing.
That is true. I have a wonderful idea for a business, but I need a partner to make it work. Perhaps you and I could be a partner together.
What would we do as partners, Anansi?
We would have a fishing partnership, my friend, a fishing partnership.
Everyone tried to warn Onini that Anansi was going to cheat him, but Onini just smiled and said nothing. The next morning, Anansi and Onini went into the forest. They went to a place where there were some nice reeds that were just perfect for building fish traps. Onini took out his knife.
Because we are partners, we must share the work. I shall begin to cut the reeds for building the traps.
What shall I do?
Why, you shall get tired for me, of course. If I have to cut the reeds, I see no reason why you cannot get tired.
What? I do not think that is such a good idea. Why don't you let me cut the reeds and you get tired?
As you wish.
Anansi worked all day in the hot sun cutting the reeds. While he was cutting, Onini stretched his arms and rubbed his muscles as if to ease the pain.
I am very tired from all that work. Now I will carry the reeds to the river, and you can have a sore back for me.
Oh no, I will carry the reeds and you shall get a sore back for me.
Anansi carried the reeds down to the river while Onini pretended to have a sore back. He complained and made loud sounds all the way down the river's edge.
Wait, what are you doing?
Well, someone has to take the traps into the water. Since we are partners, I thought I would take them out and set them.
Then what shall I do?
Well, I know there are many sharks out there. If I get attacked by the shark, then as my partner, you should die for me.
Wait a minute, I will take the traps into the water. If there is a shark, you should die for me.
The traps were set in the water, which took a long time. The two partners walked back into the village, and Anansi couldn't help looking at his partner. Every now and then, Onini would stop and run his shoulders or rub his arms and groan. Anansi felt very sorry for all the pain his friend was having. The next morning, the two partners met once again. It was Anansi who went out to the traps to collect the fish so that he would not have to die if Onini was attacked. There were two large fish in the traps.
Let us divide the fish. You shall take one and I shall take one.
Oh no, my partner. You can have both of these fish. I am sure that there will be more fish tomorrow. You can have these, and I will take the fish we catch tomorrow.
I have a better idea. Don't you take these, and I will take what we get tomorrow.
The next morning, when the two partners went out to set their traps, there were 4 fish.
I think you were a fool to take those 2 fish. Yesterday, look at how many fish I have today.
I am very excited for you, because that means I will get all of the fish that we catch tomorrow, and I am sure that there will be many fish tomorrow.
I tell you what, why don't you take these 4 fish, and I'll take the catch tomorrow.
The next morning, Anansi waded out and collected the traps for the last time. They were beginning to rot and would not hold up for another day of fishing. But when they looked inside the traps, there were 8 glorious fish inside.
Look, my friend, if you had waited 1 day, all of these fish would have been yours.
But Onini was not looking at the fish. He was looking at the rotted fish traps.
That is fine. I'll take your fish. Take them quickly from the traps. I want to get these traps to the market while they're still in fine shape.
Anansi looked at the traps. They were falling apart. They were beginning to smell. They were in terrible condition. Anansi was a little suspicious of his friend.
Why, these traps will fetch a handsome price at the market. A very handsome price indeed.
Wait a minute, I made those traps myself.
I know, but I think that if you're going to keep all those fish, the least you can do is let me take the traps.
No, I will take the traps, and you can keep the fish.
Anansi gathered up all the traps and set off for the market. When he arrived, he told everyone his good fortune and how he had tricked his friend Onini. But then he tried to sell the rotting traps. Nobody wanted the rotting, smelly traps. Nobody wanted anything to do with them. It was then that Anansi realized that it was he who had been tricked. The trickster had been tricked by an even greater trickster. Oh, Anansi was a trickster, all right. He was a fine boy, but he was a trickster. Someone you had to watch out for. He would trick you into doing something you didn't want to do. He was a very clever boy indeed.